Attachment techniques are a key concept in engineering, carpentry, architecture, and sculpture. Absolutely every single human-made object, big or small, is created using some type of attachment technique. Young or inexperienced sculptors need to understand methods of attachment and how to use each method appropriately and situationally in order to create durable, lasting artwork. When talking about attachment techniques, there's no one better to turn to than American artist Lee Bontecou, master of attachment techniques and pioneer in relief sculpture. In the mid-1950s and 60s, she took leftover items from industry and war, such as steel sheets and rods, fabric, conveyor belts, and even airplane propellers, and turned them into reliefs that hung on the wall. The focus of this project is to create a cardboard sculpture in the style of Bontecou. But first, we need to explore a few main attachment techniques. Let's start with a flange. A flange is a projecting flat rim, collar, or rib on a cylindrical or tubular object that serves to attach this cylinder to a flat surface. To construct a flange, make small vertical cuts around the base of a cardboard or paper tube. Be sure to make the cuts close together to preserve the curve of the tube. The exact number and width of the cuts will depend on the circumference of the cylinder. Fold the tabs out at a 90-degree angle to attach to a flat surface. It helps to hold it in place until the glue sets up. Conversely, the flange can be turned inward, so they can't be seen. To do this, first, cut the notches, just like before, but this time, cut every other tab off. This will allow more room for direct contact with the base when gluing it down. Tape can also be used to create a flange attachment. Use short strips of tape placed vertically around the base of a tube. Just like with the cardboard flange, fold the tape outwards, place onto the surface, and press. You can also create an invisible inward-facing flange with tape by placing the tape inside the paper tube with the sticky side facing out. Fold the pieces inward and press into the surface. Next up is the L-brace. Just as the name implies, an L-brace is shaped like a big capital L. Use a sturdy ruler placed on top of a piece of cardboard. I've made a line here where I know I want to make the fold, and pull up against the ruler to create a nice, crisp fold. When working with cardboard, it's best to go with the direction of the corrugation for a sharp folded line like this. Apply some glue and attach. L-braces can be used for creating walls, though the wall will begin to lean outward from the base without additional support. Tab construction builds on the concept of the L-brace with one basic change. The base is split in different directions to create more stability. Begin by creating a simple L-brace. Cut at least 2 slits, creating 3 tabs. These slits should be evenly spaced along the length of the cardboard or paper and should stop at the bend. Fold the tabs in alternating directions. This will create 3 points of attachment that can be glued to the surface. This is perfect for creating a wall-like structure that will not lean. A gusset is a triangle brace attachment that strengthens the angle of a structure. To make a gusset, cut at least 2 cardboard triangles of the same size. One side of the triangle will need to be the same measurement as the piece it is being attached to. Glue the edge of the triangles to the same side of the cardboard. Be sure the bottom edge lines up and is flush. Now, glue the structure to the base. Gussets make great walls, but they are best serviced on walls that are not a standard 90 degrees, like this one, as the triangles can be cut to any angle before attached. A notch is a slit or a cut made through a material, stopping in the middle. 2 pieces of notched material can be joined at right angles by sliding the notches together, creating an X-shaped structure. When working with cardboard, you may need to remove extra material to make room. Slide the pieces together. Now you have an X-shaped structure that can stand upright, or it can be turned. A tab is a piece of material that protrudes from the base. Generally, this will create an overall T-shape. To make a tab, first cut 2 vertical notches. Be sure that they are the same length, or that they stop at the same point. Then cut the material from the side. This is the tab. Then make a notch that is the same size. Carefully. Just like in the tab insert, you will need to remove extra material from the slit so that the tab will have room to slide through. This could be glued to a base, creating a wall shape, or you could cut a slit into the base itself, creating an upright. 2 pieces of material with similar diameters or widths can be attached using a rubber band. Simply stack the materials together and pull the top piece out at an angle, creating an X shape. Wind a rubber band over the center, then loop through the opposite sides. Continue this way. This is called a lash or wrap attachment. The last method of attachment we're going to show here is sewing. Use string or yarn to attach 2 pieces of material together. Use a push pin to make holes at regular intervals along the piece. I've marked here. The pieces can be stacked to ensure that the holes are at the same interval. Tie a knot at the end of your string so it doesn't slide through the hole. Use a blunt needle threaded with string or yarn and a knot tied at the base of the long end. Start by going up and through one piece, then down through the hole on the opposite piece. Then up through the other piece and down. And continue this pattern. This is called a whip stitch and is the most basic form of sewing. Now that we know the basic forms of attachment, it's time to start building your sculpture. The challenge in creating this piece is that each attachment technique must be used in a meaningful way. Before cutting into materials, use Blick acrylic to paint the surface black. When dry, cut desired shapes and begin building. When the relief sculpture is completely dry, rub a little bit of Blick acrylic, metallic colors, or Blick Premia Tempera paint over the edge and surface of the piece to recreate the industrial patina or look of Bontecou's sculptures. For a full PDF of this lesson and attachment cheat sheet handout with all the information covered here, visit dickblick.com. While you're there, be sure to check out our hundreds of other free lesson plans and projects.